A Reseller's Journey presents The Shoe Connection, featuring eBay Joey and Ross Shallington.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Shoe Connection. I'm your host, eBay Joey.
And I'm Ross Shallington.
Hey, what's going on, Ross Shallington? How you doing, man?
Nothing much, man. Just trying to grab all these eBay GOAT sales and have another prosperous month. How about
Yeah,
you?
yeah, man. August was my best month ever of being a reseller.
Wow.
Yeah,
Can we pause and give you a round of applause for that? Good job.
Yeah, so I've been doing this going on 2 years, but just broke my all-time, record, which was set a couple months ago, man. So I'm very excited. How was August for you?
August was really well too. This is my second full year. Like my first year, 2018, it was only half a
Yeah.
year. So this is my first. This is my second full year. So far so good. I'm on track to beat last year's numbers. So hey, it's all good.
Hey, that's it, man. As long as everybody moves the needle, I think that's the main thing.
Yes.
Is just, you want to be profitable in this game, and as long as you can, whether you have a daily goal, a monthly goal, or an annual goal, as long as you're pushing yourself to it, man. But we have a exciting show. We have
Yes.
what's in your market for people that are, first time tuning in. That's where we talk about what we're seeing in our respective markets, and then we're going to talk about value of the week. What you have or what I have is almost like a bolo for the people, and then we get into the our sale of the week. So I think it's going to be a very good one. I
Yes,
think
it
I'm winning
will.
right now, right, with the sales of
I
the
think
week.
I think you might be up, but I'm coming back. I'm jabbing back this week.
Awesome. So what did you see in your market in the Atlanta area?
Uh, to be honest with you, it's getting kind of dry.
Yeah.
Unless there's a lot more resellers out there and they're just grabbing more stuff before I'm able to get that out there at lunchtime. But I haven't really been finding too much stuff. And to be honest, I haven't really out as much as I usually am. I've been getting a lot of sales, so I've been trying to focus on that, getting my inventory right for Q4, which are basically we're in or heading into. So I've been really focusing on the sales and not so much the find. I have a good amount of inventory, so I really haven't been out as much as usual. But when I have been out there, I haven't really found much.
Yeah, man, I noticed that I posted on my Instagram, what would people rather like to see in the stores, a flood of Air Max 97s. Because last episode we talked about the 97s, we saw
Yep.
95s. I mean,
Yep.
but it was a flood, right?
True.
We saw those was it the Air Max Camaro version, the collabs with
The
that
spoiler.
spoiler? But I mean, but that's what the situation was, where it was just like it's flooded, right? And people are
Yeah.
like, okay, well, how am I going to make money in a flood? But how do you make money when it's dry?
Well, that's a good question. And
Yeah,
getting back to your flood point,
yeah,
at some point, the flood dwindles. Like
yeah.
everyone is buying, all the consumers out there getting stuff because you have resellers tanking prices on flooded items. Those items will sell through. And if you're smart enough, you'll keep your item priced at a good price point where you're going to make a good amount of profit. You just sit back and wait for everything else to just flow on through, and then you're right there. I think a prime example of that is the golf shoes, the Tour Premiers. There were a lot of them out there at one
Yeah.
point, and I have a particular size where I only saw five left. So, and I have a couple, so I'm sitting there. I waited through the flood, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm just waiting for the money to roll in.
Yeah, man. Now that's very wise. That's what happens when you're 2 full years into this reselling game. You start
True.
to see patterns, and I think that's one thing that I'm recognizing is the patterns that I'm seeing. But out here in San Diego, I've been sourcing a lot, and at the Rosses, even the Marshalls, there's really nothing, man. I mean, I go into these stores and it's like, man, I make sourcing videos, Ross Shellington, and I'm just like, what do we show the people? But we got to show them reality. There's just nothing there.
Right.
And it is what it is. So I would say, just kind of keep your eyes open. The clearance section, maybe someone's overlooking something because maybe there's a dirty shoe that's still a good shoe. Maybe you take a shot on it and just clean it up. Take If it doesn't work, you return it. But I've been hitting up the Nike outlets this week, and I've been seeing some good stuff there. So I had to pivot. You know, it's like Ross, Burlington, and Marshalls in San Diego. It's bad. So I went to the Nike outlets, and I was able to find some stuff. So, yeah, man, just gotta pivot.
I like your point there with the clearance stores and the outlet stores. If you look at Noah to Flip It, one of his latest part one and part two videos, he went to North Carolina and hit up the outlets there. And I actually contacted him and told him that hey, we need to link up and hit up that clearance store. I really like to check it out. So
Yeah.
that's coming up for me.
Yeah, and then right now the Nike store, they're having 30% off on selective stuff in the run, and then they're having 30% off on the hash wall, which
Oh,
it's not bad. And then if it's your birthday within this last month, or it's coming up, you get an additional 20%. So you
yeah.
can really do some damage, Ross Shallington, and
Yes.
there's other ways to make money. So I'm gonna be making a sourcing video on the outlet, so be on the lookout for that the next couple days.
Cool.
So value of the week. Value of the week.
Of the week.
What you got for the people, man?
Let's see. So I picked up a pair of these Vans. They're those Billy Tokyo's Hairy
Okay.
Animal Lux. The funny story is I saw these on the shelf. I was like, oh, okay, cool pair of Vans. They got the
Yeah.
little animal print, the leopard and the
Yeah.
zebra or whatever. And I was like, oh, cool shoe, but I'm not interested. It's probably not going to go for much. I went home, I looked it up, and I saw that there was not a lot of them really out there, and they were all in the $150 to $200 range. So
Wow.
the
Wow.
next day, I ran back over to that store,
Yeah.
and cool thing is, I actually found two pair of them.
There you go.
So that's my value of the week.
Nice, man. And how much is that going for retail?
I think the retail. I'm not sure what the retail is on them. I just know
No,
what the
no, I'm
go
not, I'm sorry.
eBay
Not
price.
retail, but the Ross
Oh,
price.
the Ross price right there, 24.99.
Oh, okay. That's not
So I
bad,
mean, come
man.
on, 25. If I can flip one of these for
Yeah.
200 or anywhere between 150 and 200, I'm loving the profit
Yeah.
on that.
There it is, man. Value of the week from Ross Shallington. So if you guys find that shoe, let us know in the YouTube in the comments, but also price it accordingly, man. And everybody makes money because if yeah, keep that price up. If the resellers control the market because we're finding the product, then I think we can do everybody can eat at the table, as they say. So my value of the week, Ross Shellington, I had to get creative. It's very dry out here. So I felt like the real Ross boss. Shout out to him, but took one out of his page. So this is an Under Armour football cleat. I believe it's called the Highlight. It was on clearance, man. Let me show you this tag. Four was it 4.99? I picked some up at 2.49. Haven't been lucky
Wow.
and I haven't found any for like 49 cents.
Yeah.
Ross does that. But
Yeah.
I would only advise people, Ross Shellington, to pick this up if you have the space.
Yeah.
Because if you're limited on space, this value of the week, the football cleat probably doesn't work for you. But if you have some space and like, hey, you can make some money. So let me just give some numbers for some people. There's about 337 listings of this black one. So there's a lot. It's a $5 cleat if you get it for 249. The highest I've seen it sold for is $40. The lowest $7.90. Oh
Oh
man.
man, that's hilarious.
Come on, with free returns and free shipping.
Oh my God, where's the money made there? They're just trying to give away money.
But 56 solds though. So it's like they're selling every day. If you want to take a shot, it's dry out there, you want to make a quick flip. I think if you can get 35, 40, if you want to be patient, I think you can get upwards to 40 to 60. And maybe you put it on the local market, offer up Facebook, and who knows? But that's my value of the week, man. Uh,
Okay.
yeah, would love to hear from the audience. What's their value of the week? What's a good play right now, especially with everything so dry, man?
I know, I totally understand, but we both can
Yeah.
agree that I won this value of the week. I mean,
Yeah, that was actually a really good one, man.
yeah,
So,
yeah,
hey, man, every man has his days, right? I
that's true.
can't
That's
I
true.
can't dominate all the time.
That's true.
So
That's true.
what do you got for the sale of the week, man?
Sale of the week. So the sale of the week is the Curry one back to back.
Okay.
I'm sure you'll put a picture up there of
Yeah.
that. I actually had this shoe for a while. I think I found it maybe last year. You could probably look at my Instagram and see. I think it was 44.99, and I had it at 250, and I had it at 250 for the longest. I just put it there and forgot about it because I had sold one previously, like last year, for like 250. So the other day, it sold
Nice.
$250. So
Nice.
that was a really good flip, a really good profit. And it just tells you that sometimes it's worth being confident in the price that you want to set it at. Don't lower it because you may see some other people lower. Just
Right.
know the value of the shoe, the rarity of the shoe. And if you notice, a lot of people on Instagram had been finding that shoe, and they were at Marshalls for 149.
Hmm.
I actually saw three at one of my local Marshalls. And then I went back again just to see if they were still there. They were gone, and I'm just surprised that someone would pay that much, like 150 plus tax for that shoe. Um, I mean, I guess there is profit there if you do the numbers on it, but
Right.
that's a lot of money to invest in a shoe to sort of have to wait for the market to come in for you. So, but luckily I had mine. I had bought mine from Ross, and it was 44.99. So
Nice. Hey, that's an amazing sale of the week. And one thing that I like too, Ross Shellington, is that you were patient with this because, you know, when I first started reselling, it was like I didn't know how hard it was to find a certain item or, you know, how frequently are you going to see it. And I feel like I never priced accordingly. But now it's like when I find something and you see it on IG, but not that many people have it a certain size, it seems like you just price it high and just let it sit.
yeah,
And,
exactly.
and
And
let,
mine and
yeah,
that shoe, by the way, if I
yeah.
don't know if I said it, it's sold on Goat. So as you
Okay, cool,
know,
cool.
sometimes you can get a higher price on Goat than eBay.
Cool, awesome, awesome. Well, for me, my sale of the week, you know, I don't know if it was I think last episode I hit you guys with the New Balance,
Hmm.
and guess what? Another New Balance, man.
Another new, you the New Balance king. Okay, okay. I
Hey,
have yet to find multiple pairs of New Balance. I've only found one, which is
yeah.
really weird.
You know what? I think it might be a West Coast thing, and you know, I don't know, man, because when we went on that sourcing trip to Florida, that was the first time I found Kobe's in my life. I
Wow.
had to go to Orlando. Shout out to everybody in Orlando. But my sale of the week was a New Balance, the MH1500TN. It's a brown shoe, tan color, and it's made in England. And it's a size 10. Found it at Burlington. Believe it or not, this one Burlington was good
Of
back in the
course.
day. So it was 34.99. Let me get a drum roll. There we go. And I sold it for 175 on eBay.
Wow. Okay,
Yeah.
175. Pretty good. Pretty good. What was the buy cost on it?
34.99.
Okay, okay. That was good.
Yeah, so pretty much what I do when it comes to New Balance, little pro tip here. If it's made in USA, made in England, I don't even look at the comps. I just buy it. Don't care on the color, don't care on the size. Eventually it's a quality shoe, it will sell. Just kind of like you were saying. You just set your price and just let it sit, man.
And like you said, maybe it is regional because between you and the real Ross boss, he finds New Balances all the time. I mean, he's out there every day, of course, all day
Yeah.
long from morning to evening time. So he's going to have that advantage of being able to find more stuff
Yeah.
like that. I'm limited. So in my limited time, I've only actually found one. And I think I sold it for maybe like 110. I think I found it at
Okay.
Burlington and sold for like 110. You know, nothing
Yeah, I think
impressive, but you know.
yeah, even the Vegas market, they saw those shoes as well. And so it took 208 days because I have a ticker on when I list my items and when they sell. So that was a long time, 208 days, man.
Yeah.
But, you know, like everybody says, the right time, the right buyer, everything. So that's our sales of the week. For the people that are watching this on YouTube, let us know what was your sale of the week, you know, and we would like to see what's the audience, what they've been up to, how they're making money.
True,
So
true.
that's it, Ross Shallington. You have any last words before we close this show?
I just think like it's really important just to be patient. I think that's been
Yeah.
the theme of what we've talked about all night here. Is being patient with quality items. There's some items where you just want to just move them out, get your little
Yeah.
profit, and just move on. But when you have a quality item, you definitely want to maximize your profit and just be patient with it. The market will come around to you, and your item will sell. And also, another tip is having a good array of inventory. Like
Hmm.
no one's gonna really just have a whole bunch of just like the high quality stuff like Vapor Max. I mean, or some people do. Maybe that's all they look for. But for
Yeah.
me, I like to have a variety of items, so that I have items that I've been holding for a year or less,
Mm.
but then I have items that I've had for less time. And just through the month, items will sell. Some things I've had for a week, sometimes items
Yeah.
I've had for a day, or some for 6 or 8 months. So it's just good for me in my business model to have that
Yeah.
good collection of inventory so that just stuff just sells kind of like periodically and just on a regular rhythm.
Yeah, I agree, man. I think even with brands, I think, we are approaching Q4. A lot of people are talking about Q4 and how they're getting ready and how they're diversifying and getting and really just, they're ordering boxes and all this stuff. But even with the brands, like when I first started, I was just focusing on Nike only. And
Yes.
then I remember, like, we talked back in the day, and it was just like, hey man, like, you gotta look out for this Under Armour, you gotta look out for that, this and that. And then now it's like I'm doing Under Armour, I'm doing New Balance, I'm looking at Adidas. I haven't gone to the Fila like you yet. I haven't I
Puma,
haven't took
man.
that.
Puma too.
I haven't messed with the Pumas and the RBXs, but even like Kohans, man, like there's really like as long as you put the time and study, your craft, man, I think you could really make some money in this reselling game. But yeah, I think patience the right way to go about it for sure.
True, for sure. I definitely agree.
Awesome. Where can people find you on social media, Rush Shalantan?
Instagram, Ross_Shallington.
Man, how many followers you got now, man? When are you gonna do that big giveaway you've been talking
I
about?
haven't cracked 3,000 yet. Maybe when I get to 3,000, I can give away a pair of something.
Hey,
Yeah,
hey, some Stan socks.
yeah, yeah. Some stat socks. I
Or
still
how
have a
about
whole bag
lunch?
of those.
How about lunch with Ross Shallington, man? If you're in
Hey,
the
man,
Atlanta area.
that could be arranged too. That could be arranged too.
Yeah, awesome, awesome. Well, I want to thank the audience for tuning in to another episode. Appreciate everyone that's listening all over the world. We do got people that are listening in other countries. To shout out to them and
Shout out to
everybody
them.
domestically. You guys could always visit the show's website at a resellersjourney.com. I have the link to all the podcast platforms, then also to the YouTube. You can find me on Instagram at eBay Joey, and then at the show at a reseller's journey. Remember, never forget why you started. Boom.